Hello everyone. Today with this video we will understand the topic magnification of mirrors. What do you mean by magnification of mirrors? First of all, magnification will help you to compare the two things, that is height of the image and height of the object. To have a comparison between these two things, you will be using a term called magnification. Okay, it was defined as ratio of height of image. Here h dash is height of image and h is height of object. So this ratio is called magnification. Height of image to height of object is called magnification. As it is a ratio of two things, so it is not having any unit, it is unitless. Okay. There is one more way to define this magnification, that is distance of the image to distance of the object minus distance of the image to the distance of the object. Distance of image symbol is V and distance of object symbol is U with the minus sign. So this is also one formula to define your magnification. Minus V by U is called magnification. Suppose in a numerical, out of 4 quantities, if 3 are given and 4th is unknown, so easily that 4th one can be calculated by cross multiplying the terms. Okay. So this magnification will help you to check how bigger your image is with respect to object. You can easily compare the height of the image with respect to the height of the object. So this is called magnification. Then we are having one formula called by name as mirror formula. This formula relates image distance, object distance, and focal length. And the formula is 1 by V plus 1 by U equals to 1 by F. So this formula will help you to take out either image distance or object distance or focal length. This is a basic formula called by name as mirror formula. Now based on this mirror formula, you have to do the numericals on mirrors. Now in a numerical, they may give you any two things and they may ask you the third thing. They may give you the position of the image, position of the object, and focal length they will ask you to find, and they may add something more to calculate power, because you know focal length and power are correlated to each other, both are reciprocal of each other. So easily by calculating focal length you can also calculate power of a mirror also. Okay, power of a mirror or power of a lens also you can calculate. After this, we will be moving on to next types of lens. There are basically two types of lenses, converging lenses and diverging lenses. Converging lenses are of three types: double convex, plano-convex, converging meniscus. Similarly, diverging lenses are of three types: double concave, plano-concave, and diverging meniscus. Now, converging lenses, when I'm talking about converging, so using the first letters of this word converging, the lens can also be called by name as convex lens. This is double convex. Both the sides are bulging out. Both the sides of the lens are bulging out. Plano, one side is plain and other side is bulging out. Converging meniscus is like this. Converging meniscus, converging at one point. Then double concave. Using the first 3-4 words, diverging. Diverging means concave here. Concave lens is called diverging lens. And convex lens, the other name is converging. So concave lens is also, or diverging lens is also of 3 types. Double concave, plano. Plano means one side is plane and one side is concave. Diverging meniscus. So these are the different type of lenses. Next, we have to do convex lens in detail. Okay, we have to study convex lens in detail. So, convex lens, the other name of convex lens is converging lens. It is called by name as converging lens. Why it is called by name as converging lens? Because you can see here, this is a convex lens which you have just now called it by name as double convex lens. In our daily language, we can call it simple convex lens also. Okay, now when the rays of light are parallel, you can see here, this is the principal axis and these rays are two above I have made of principal parallel and two rays I have made below of principal. They are also what? Parallel. When they will strike your lens, when they are striking your lens, they all are converging. After refraction, they all are converging at a point. At the point where they all are converging, this point is called by name as focus. This point is called by name as focus F. And this distance between the focus and the center here, this center over here is called by name as optical center and its notation is O. This distance is called by name as focal length. Focal length and its symbol is small f. To represent focal length, the symbol is small f. So converging lens, why it is called converging lens? Because when the rays are falling on this lens, after refraction, they all are meeting at a point and the point where they are meeting, it is called focus. Okay, and here which phenomena of light is taking place? Refraction of light is taking place. Why refraction of light is taking place? Because light is going from one medium to another. This lens is made up of glass and out of glass it is air. So light is going from air medium to glass medium. So medium of light is changing, again coming out of glass in air. So as medium changes, light travels from one medium to another. Path of light gets changed. Light is not traveling. Can you see here? If this is the ray of light striking your lens, it is not going straight. Its path is changing. It is bending. Its path is getting changed. And this change in the path of light, when it goes from one medium to second medium, is called refraction of light. It's called refraction of light. Why this bending takes place? Why this bending is taking place? Why light is not going straight? Why light is changing its path? Because speed of light is changing. Because speed of light is changing. When it is traveling from one medium to another, speed of light is changing when it is traveling from one medium to another. So this is all about convex lens called by name as converging lens. The rays are converging. That is why the word here is converging, convex. Next, after convex, next coming up here is concave. Next lens, what we have to do is concave. Now, what is concave lens? Concave lens, the other word of concave lens is diverging lens. The other word is diverging lens. Why it is called diverging? Because you can see here when the rays, this is your principal axis, this line. When the rays are parallel to principal axis, strikes your lens. When the rays are striking your lens, then what will happen? These rays are not going straight. They are going away from each other. They are separating. They are diverging. Okay, from their original path. This is the original path. Ray is going above from the original path. So this divergence of rays taking place in concave lens. That is why concave lens is called by name as diverging lens. And when these rays, these diverged rays, these rays which are diverged, when you extend these rays backward, when you extend them backward, they will be meeting somewhere a point, and this point is called by name as focus. It is called by name as focus. And this distance between the center, called optical center, this distance is called focal length. So convex focus, which plays a role, lies on the right side, and concave focus lies on which side? Left hand side. The focus is lying for concave. Next coming up, rules for the formation of image by lenses. What are the different rules which you will use for the formation of image by the lenses? The first rule over here for convex lens. The first rule here is when a ray of light, this is your convex lens, this is your focus F1 and F2. There are two focuses, but which focus will play a role? F2. Okay. Why there are two focuses? Because lens is having two curved surfaces. This is one curved surface of a lens. So when you complete, there will be center of this curvature here, and half of it will be focus. And this is the another half of the lens. When you complete this, there will be another focus. So there are always how many focuses? Two focuses. Now the first rule says for convex, this is convex and this is concave. First rule for convex, when a ray of light is passing through optical center, the center, it will go straight. It will go straight without changing its path. Similar rule is for concave also, which is diverging lens. When a ray of light is passing through optical center, it is going straight without any divergence. Second rule here, when a ray of light is parallel to principal axis, this is the principal axis. When a ray of light is parallel to principal axis, strikes your lens, after striking your lens, it will pass through focus. It is passing through focus. This ray is passing through focus. Similar rule will be here when a ray of light is parallel to your principal axis. This is principal axis. After refraction, it is diverging. This diverged rays, when you extend backward, it appears to be coming from focus. इसको पीछे देखेंगे कहाँ से आ रही है. We will find this one is coming from a focus. Third rule of convex says, if a ray of light is passing through focus, can you see this ray is passing through focus and striking here? This is your principal axis, this purple one. After striking, it is becoming parallel to principal axis. This ray is becoming parallel to principal axis. It is just vice versa of second rule. In the second rule, the ray was parallel. After refraction, it is passing through focus. Now I am saying ray is passing from focus, and after refraction, it is becoming parallel. Just vice versa of second rule it is. Similar here, when a ray appears to be coming, when ray is looking like passing from focus, Okay, this side is made dotted. This side is made dotted because it can't go straight. So it becomes after refraction